You want to speak about Workhorse? Where is my chair? Where is my chair? I can't see. Where's the camera? So guys, this is our official Workhorse mascot. We'll call him Brian. Don't ask me why I spent 10 hard-earned dollars on that mask for the sake of an intro and a thumbnail. But anyway guys, what is happening, investors? It is your boy Jack. I am not a financial advisor. I got the clothing line to prove that fact. It's Friday, and on Friday, we speak about Workhorse, baby. Right off the bat, it's been a beautiful week for Workhorse so far. We're already up over 19% from Monday, and we are in the green pre-market as of recording this video. Of course, anything can happen, but we'll have to wait and see. There's been some little bits and pieces of news here and there. And as well, guys, September is close to coming to an end. A lot of us expect the USPS contract to be announced by the end of the fiscal year, which will be the end of September. So with each day that passes by, we're getting one day closer to this potential announcement, especially if we do expect it to be the end of this month. I also want to speak about a few things about Workhorse that came up in the interview I did with Steve Burns, the founder of Workhorse and the founder and CEO of Lordstown Motors. I want to speak about the insider selling because, as always, people are going crazy and there is absolutely nothing to worry about. It's all premeditated. A couple of little articles here and there I want to speak of. There's one analyst price target in particular that I want to speak of, and a little bit about ARK Invest and what they're doing, because I mean, they can't stop buying Workhorse. They literally can't. But guys, it's going to be an exciting one nonetheless. You know we love Workhorse on this channel. Can I please ask you to hit that juicy like button for me? It really helps me out. And if you won't hit the like button for me, hit the like button for Brian. If you're new around here, what are you waiting for, my friend? Please hit that juicy red subscribe button. Join the family. I mean, what other finance channel has a horse mask? Answer me that. And please drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about Workhorse. Right guys, with all that being said, into the video. So guys, let's just start it off on the 5-day chart. Yesterday, up 4.5%, okay? Beautiful day. Especially when we have a look at Thursday's closes. The Dow down about 0.5%, the Nasdaq down 1.27%, and the S&P down 0.84%. A bad day for the market, but Workhorse is just doing its thing and flying up. On the 5-day chart, you'll see that we're actually up over 23%. We're trading up at pre-market today as well. This week so far, from Monday, we're up over 19%. It's just been absolutely incredible, and now a lot of investors are, you know, finally in some decent profits. On the monthly chart, up 67.24%, and I mean, it's just up and down, up and down, up and down, but it's going higher and higher every single time. Like, I remember when we were here, when we were around that $17 to $19 range for a long time. I mean, this whole period of trading here. And a lot of people were saying to me, you know, I'm going to buy Workhorse if we go to $16. And now the same people are saying to me they're going to buy Workhorse if we hit $25. I know for a fact I'm going to get a lot of questions from people asking me, do I think it is too late to buy? If you're asking me that question, guys, have you ever watched a single video? I definitely don't think it's too late to buy. Now, an awful lot has already happened. There is no denying that. It would have obviously been a lot better if you had bought at the $14s or $15 marks. It would have been a lot better even if you were in at $16, $17, $18. You are never going to make as much money buying now as somebody who did back here, or especially somebody who did back here. Does that mean that there still isn't a good opportunity? No. There's a reason so many people are buying and holding this company right now. It's because we see immense potential in the company. And I think there's two different kinds of people right now. There's the people who are just in it for the trade, you know, for the USPS contract news. And then there's the long-term investors like myself, who have done dozens and dozens of hours of research into this company. I mean, guys, I've spoke to the CFO of this company on 2 occasions. I interviewed him. Those videos are on the channel. I interviewed the founder of this company, Stephen Burns, now CEO and founder of Lordstown Motors. I haven't put as much time and effort into a company ever, and that's for very good reason. It's because I love them to pieces. So before I get the 200 comments, is it too late to buy? In my opinion, no, not whatsoever. Can it go down? Yes. Can it go up? Yes. That's how the stock market works. But I mean, guys, if you're waiting for the pullback, I mean, in the last half a month, we haven't really seen a major pullback. We've seen a couple of 5% days, but I mean, that 5% day came off the back of a 33.67% few days. It's one where I personally wouldn't be trying to time it. I will put it that way. Now, I've seen a few people concerned. Insiders are selling. What? No way. Why are people selling their shares? It's almost as if this is how some people get paid. Now, 4 sales here, okay, by 4 different insiders. I mean, there was some big trades here. We see 50,000 shares, 4,000, 10,000. They all still have many shares as well, I would like to point out. I mean, even the guys who sold 50,000, one of them has over 500,000. One of them has pretty much 300,000. I mean, this guy sold, what, 3% of his shares? Here we had less than 10%. Here we had less than 10%. This was a decent one. You see this here, 10B51. Now, this is locked information because I don't have a premium plan for Fintel. But I can tell you that these trades were 10B51s. What is a 10B51 rule? I hear you ask. So, Rule 10B51. It was established by the SEC in 2000. It allows for insiders of publicly traded companies to set up a trading plan for selling stocks they own. It allows insiders to set up a predetermined plan to sell company stocks in accord with insider trading laws. The price, amount, and sales dates must be specified in advance and determined by a formula or metrics. All of this was pre-calculated, it was predetermined. These 4 insiders didn't just wake up a couple of days ago and say, I feel like, you know, selling a combined total of, let's say, 120,000 shares. It was predetermined, it was pre-planned. This is literally how these guys get paid, or the large majority of their pay anyway. And again, 3 of the 4 insiders sold off less than 10% of their positions. I don't think that exactly screams that they don't have confidence in the company, especially when we consider they more than likely will get paid in shares again at some stage. So this is one of the facts that I think you're going to see a lot of the, you know, the short attack articles using. Either they're completely ignorant and don't know what this rule is or how insider selling works, or else they don't care, they have an agenda and they're going to push it on you, and, you know, they're going to take advantage of people who aren't informed. Because we all know, you know, Workhorse gets lots of articles made about them right now. There's loads of bulls, there's loads of bears. We're going to go through that today, but the hit pieces definitely are going to bring up this insider selling. Don't worry about it, okay? It was predetermined. It wasn't even a large percentage of their shares. That was the first thing I wanted to get very clear from the start. There's a lot of people like, well, why would they sell now? Right before the USPS contract. Well, for one, again, it was less than 10%, and for two, that's how they make money. I mean, if I had 500,000 shares in Workhorse, okay, and we were at $28 a share, and there was a massive piece of news that will more than likely happen within less than 2 weeks, that could lead to me losing or making a whole lot of money, I'd be happy to just lock in some profits, especially if I had very cheap shares. So anyway, that's enough on that. Just remember this, the rule 10b51. The next thing I want to bring up is this article. So one of the positive articles. I will go through a bad one as well to give both sides of the story. So impressive gains will go on if Workhorse seals $6 billion USPS contract. And I mean, I think everybody knows this. That's a lot of the reason why this price action is happening right now. People buying in anticipation of us getting the contract or a portion of it. And I know there is a lot of people out there who plan on getting into Workhorse if the contract does happen. I've spoken to a few of them in my private Discord group. So I mean, the article says all of the normal stuff, you know, it's almost just recycled content as we see with a lot of these articles. The bottom line, Workhorse shares earn an A rating in my portfolio grader, that's fine. At $26, they're a relatively cheap play on battery powered electric cars. So he said at $26 they're relatively cheap, now we're at $28. Let me show you something else quickly. In regards to Analysts, Roth raises Workhorse target to $33 after Lordstown's compelling analyst day. And it was the Roth Capital analyst Craig Irwin. A lot of you guys will be familiar with his name, very respected. So just seeing him and to see Roth in general up that price target to $33, I mean, that's exciting. That says a lot for itself. And what I find really interesting about this is the reasoning. So it comes after the management team at Lordstown Motors hosted an analyst day. Lordstown team shared a compelling business plan that we believe supports credibility for the commercial outlook. I think we saw a lot of that in the interview I did with Steve Burns the other day as well. And he expects Workhorse, who is a partner, okay, to be a direct beneficiary. But it is definitely very cool to see Roth Capital and Craig Irwin upping the price targets. That's awesome. Love to see it. Now, this is my main problem with investor plays. They just look like they write articles for the fun of writing them. But anyway, they have this one as well. Long-term investors should avoid Workhorse stock amid red flags. Oh, I'm very scared. Despite all of the hype surrounding Workhorse, the company has not made any impressive deals recently. I would beg to differ. We don't know exactly what's going on behind closed doors. We have our targets that will have to be hit by the end of the year. We're hiring 200 more assembly related roles, and we have a strategic agreement with Hitachi. So I mean, they're all impressive deals. Meanwhile, the Bulls' great hope for the company, a contract with the US Postal Service, probably won't materialise. Well, the article you released 4 hours earlier than this one said that it may well materialise. They don't really go into why it won't materialise at all. Finally, problems that have reportedly surfaced with Workhorse's drones make me less confident in Workhorse and WKHS Stock. I spoke about this again with the CFO. We got the words directly from his mouth. They are 100% on track with the drones. It really is that simple. Nothing else needs to be said. There was a hit piece put out there. That's fine. Hit pieces are getting put out on every single relatively hyped up company. So speaking about Hitachi, it is clear to me under this deal, Hitachi is providing many services to Workhorse, while Workhorse is not providing any product or service to Hitachi. Well, obviously, that's exactly why Hitachi has come into it. I'm sure that Workhorse is paying Hitachi for this service. Somebody get the Secret Service on the phone. Whoever wrote this article is a genius. Of course they're paying Hitachi for its services. What do you mean? Why is that a negative thing? The deal will not directly generate any revenues for Workhorse. It will indirectly generate a whole lot though. I mean, you wouldn't just enter a strategic partnership for the fun of it. You know, you wouldn't invest all of this money into a company like Hitachi. I don't see how you can ever paint Hitachi in a negative light. The deal will not generate any revenue for Workhorse. Oh, they must just be doing it just to be friends. It's probably just to be friends. That's how business works. So the reason they're saying the USPS contract is unlikely to come true for Workhorse. This is according to one Seeking Alpha columnist. Like, this is according to one person. The other two companies in the running for the deal, Oshkosh and Morgan Olson. Okay, so they've been carrying out government contracts for years, that's fair. Can easily produce thousands of vehicles for the Postal Service and also service them. Workhorse will be able to do that. Now, they bring up one key thing that I think is actually important. By contrast, Workhorse has said that its factory may not be able to make the vehicles cheaply enough to meet the USPS criteria. That to me is fine. That to me is a fair point. That could be a concern. And it's the only thing I see in this article that is of concern. I think that's a big reason why Hitachi is getting brought into it, okay, to make things more efficient, to make it more cost effective so that they can be more competitive. And not one mention of the factory and the fact that it can produce 60,000 units a year. Or the fact that, you know, Lordstown Motors have said they will help Workhorse out. That was confirmed in my video with the CEO. Not one mention of the fact they're the only all-American, all-electric play. It's always very good to read the bear and the bull articles. And what I really like to do, like we just did here, when I look through the bear articles, I like to know why I don't agree with what they're having to say. And I like to have my arguments. Because if you don't have an argument, if you just say, oh, that's just lies, you're probably not as informed as you think you are. But if you have an answer for what they're saying, then that's fair. So this interview I did here was obviously about Lordstown Motors, but at the end we did briefly speak about Workhorse. And in case you guys didn't watch it at the end, because I know it's a 30+ minute video, there's just one clip I really want you to see in regards to Workhorse. One more thing I think I'm just more personally interested in than anything else is, do you still speak with the guys at Workhorse often? Because I know obviously there is a strategic relationship there, but I wonder, do you guys actually, you know, just discuss things much, or just things like that?
Yeah, oh yeah, I speak to the CEO of Workhorse all the time. Yeah. We license some stuff from them. Yeah. They own 10% of us. Yeah. We have a very able-bodied factory. If they get to things where they need volume, yeah, you know, if they get big orders, if they get the post office, yeah, you know, I think we're going to be a great strategic asset for them. So essentially, you can see that the CEO himself confirmed the fact that if ever Workhorse did need use of the factory, they could have it. And what's even more interesting is just before that clip, I was speaking to him and I asked him, you know, do you plan on renting out any part of your massive plant, the third biggest plant in America, to anybody else? And he said no. He said no, they plan on using the full plant being at full capacity, which is absolutely immense in itself. And after that, he then said that they would do it with Workhorse if necessary. So I mean, that should speak for itself. And again, I don't think Workhorse will need it at all, in all honesty. And again, this is something I spoke about with Steve Schrader, the CFO of Workhorse. He's glad to have the option there, but he thinks that their facilities are more than capable of producing whatever comes their way, which is awesome, especially now again that we have this Hitachi partnership. Next thing, guys, we have a look at the RQ, okay? Workhorse is now the 14th biggest holding in the RQ. I mean, that is massive, people. They're up to 646,000 shares. Now, they haven't been buying as many lately, but they still have been buying. They've been buying in the high 20s. And it now holds a 2.85% weight in the entire portfolio. So, I mean, that's awesome. A company like ARC having that much confidence in this company speaks absolute volumes, in my opinion. As far as disruptive technology goes and innovation goes, I don't think there's a better team out there than the ARC team, and I think a lot of people will agree with me. And I have just watched Workhorse go from what was literally the very bottom. They were definitely in the bottom 5 at one stage, and they've just worked their way up like every single week. And Cathy Wood and ARC investors still buying. And I mean, another few good days out of these guys, and if ARC decides to buy a little bit more, they're going to get into the top 10 very soon. I mean, they'll be above Google, above JD, above Caterpillar. I mean, they'll be above a lot of companies. They're already above BYD, Splunk, even companies like Amazon and Virgin Galactic. They clearly have a whole lot of confidence in this company. But guys, as of recording this video, it's the 18th of September, okay? A lot of us, myself included, still think that the contract is going to be announced before this month is over. I expect some immense volatility over the next 2 weeks. I mean, discussing things, I think we're going to see some really high volumes, large amounts of the floats being traded on a daily basis with every single day that passes. It's going to be fun, you know what I mean? It's going to be a journey. If you're invested, just sit back and enjoy it. Don't have weak hands, don't get scared. I mean, it's been an amazing month, but we haven't had many pullbacks. There could definitely be one more big pullback. But if you've been in Workhorse for a long time, I mean, literally longer than the last month, you'll be used to the ups and downs, the sideways trading. It literally has only been the last month or so, not even we've been booming. So, you know, just make sure you've done your due diligence, believe in the investment that you've made, and let's all just enjoy it. But that's pretty much all I have to say on Workhorse today. What I will say is make sure you hit the like button, or else, you know, Brian is going to be upset and he's going to be in your nightmares. But anyway, guys, I really do hope you enjoyed the video. If you have watched the video all the way till the end, you, my friend, are a true legend, and I really do appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. You are helping me out so much, so just
Simply put, thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed. I hope I gave you some value. If I did and you did enjoy, could I please ask you just gently tap that like button if you haven't yet? It really helps me. Subscribe if you're new around here and drop me a comment down below. And also, please feel free to hit that first link in my description and sign up to become a patron. You will get full access to my private Discord. We've over 200 private members now, and we speak about stocks all day long. I mean, the value in this Discord is now actually insane. It's really awesome. We have specific chats on individual companies. You get to know every single time I buy a company in real time, and you just get to chat with loads of like-minded individuals. So if that sounds like something that interests you, please hit that first link. But anyway, guys, I hope that you all enjoyed. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I have another video coming out later on. You know how we do on the weekends. See you then, guys. Peace.